Children, today we'll continue with the lesson not for drink, not for breath. Today we'll be starting with environmental pollution. Environmental pollution, right? Now, what is this environment pollution? So, any pollutant, if it enters into the environment and causes some destruction environment and alters the environment, then it is called as environmental pollution. Understood? So any pollutants, if it enters into the environment and changes the natural setup or the ecological balance or the chain of the environment, then it is called as environmental pollution. Yes. Now, what are these pollutants? So, pollutant is any undesirable. Pollutants are any undesirable substance, into the environment. Undesirable substance into the environment. Then it is called as pollutants. So the pollutants can be carbon dioxide, it can be carbon monoxide, it can be plastic, it can be any waste, right? It can be sulfur dioxide, okay, which changes the environment. Then it is called as environmental pollution. The many natural exchanges are taking place. Natural exchanges takes place between organisms. Exchanges takes place between organisms. For example, if you see the plants, they intake carbon dioxide. Yes, for what? For photosynthesis. That means for photosynthesis, what is needed? Carbon dioxide. But the same carbon dioxide is given out by humans. Right? So plants intake carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, and this photosynthesis who give? It's given out by humans. So there is exchange. In the same way, if you see, plants give out oxygen, and that oxygen is taken by whom? It is taken by humans. So you can see there is a exchange of gases, and that's why there is a balance between the natural atmosphere, the gases of the natural atmosphere. But if any pollutant enters into the atmosphere and changes the level of oxygen or the carbon dioxide, then the entire system, natural system, is changed, and that causes pollution. Mental pollution. It causes disturbance to plants, animals, and humans. So in humans, if you see, it causes certain lung diseases. And it may cause also cancer. Study about the air pollution. So we know that air is a mixture of gases. That means what? It is made up of many gases. Mixture of gases. Yes? Understood, children? Now, if you see the component of air, you have nitrogen, that is N2, that is 78%, right? Oxygen, you have O2, and that is 21%. Then you have argon, that is AR, 0.934, that means 0.1%, you can keep it. Then you have carbon dioxide, that is CO2, that is 0.033%. Then you have water vapor, that is H2, that is nearly 0 to 2% it is. Then other trace components you have, right? So if you see nitrogen, it is 78%, which is needed for plants. You see all the components of air, all the components means the gases. Okay, the components of A. That I told air is a mixture of gases, right? Of A is in a balanced state. Is in a balanced state. That means I told nitrogen is 78, carbon dioxide is 0.033, and oxygen is 21%. Is in a balanced state. So if you see this, if this balanced state is disturbed by certain pollutants, it can be, the pollutants can be natural, it can be natural or human, or by human activities. Understood, children? So if you see, I'll repeat again, all the components of the A is in a balanced state. I told this particular fixed percentage of gases is there. If it is disturbed by any pollutants, what is a pollutant? Any desirable substances which enters into the environment is called as pollutants. It can be oil, it can be carbon dioxide, carbon sulfate, plastic, wires, or any other such pollen grains, anything. It can be, the pollutants can enter by two ways. One is by natural method or by human activities. If it enters like that, then it is called as air pollution. It causes disturbance in the air, then it is called as air pollution. Understood, children? It is called as air pollution. See, there are by natural method. Now let us study about the natural disasters. Natural disasters, that is pollution, right? So if you see, nature also causes certain disasters, and the pollutants are enter into the environment and cause natural pollution, environmental pollution. The first one is volcanic eruption. Volcanic eruptions. And second is forest fires. Forest fires. Then you have sandstorms. Then you have tsunamis. Yes, you have heard about this, right? Air pollutants may be due to human activities. Now what is that? How it is happens? So for example, there is a factory here. Yes. You think, imagine there is a factory here, and that certain gases it is emitted by the factory, right? Now what happens due to crisscross winds? Okay, you can see certain pollutants due to certain crisscross winds. What happens is, the pollutants are carried from one place to a new place. It goes to a new place, and what happens? This place gets environmental pollution. Okay, this place is polluted. Environmental pollution takes place. So it's not necessary that it should be in the place where the factory or urbanization is developing. It can go through some other place due to the winds or anything. The pollutants are carried by certain winds from one place to another place, and the other place also gets polluted. Pollutants can be of two. One is primary and other is secondary. So what are primary pollutants? Primary pollutants is because of the combustion of fuels. Or because of the industrial operation, or because of industrial operations. And here the secondary is due to the reaction of primary. Secondary is due to the reaction of primary pollutants. If the primary pollutants get reacted with each other, then it causes secondary pollutants. Reaction of primary pollutants leads to secondary pollutants. That is, the primary pollutants, when they combine and they react, then it forms a secondary reaction. What are the natural activities we'll study, and what are the pollutants released by it? So the first one is volcanic eruptions. Volcanic eruptions. So you can say volcanoes. So from that what comes out is carbon dioxide, sulfur oxide and ash. That are the pollutants which comes out from the volcanic eruptions. Next is forest fires. So if you see forest fires, the carbon particles are released into the atmosphere as pollutants. Then if you see the decay of organic matter, that means when the organic matter is decayed, then what comes out? Ammonia gas is released. What is released? Ammonia gas. Ammonia gas is released. Then if you see the decay of organic matter in water, that means in the water. In the water, what happens is it releases methane gas. Yes. Now you have one more, that is, now if you see the pollen grains, that is from the plants, what they do, they just float in the air. They float in the air, that means they get suspended in the air, float in the air, and what happens? It causes certain allergies. It floats in the air and it also causes disturbance in the atmospheric air, and it also causes allergy in humans. Right? I hope you understood. Thank you, children.